We've got a quick little something here to show you. I've just started seeing, it's this time of year, right? We've just started seeing the posts on the internets, on Facebook. You know, my sled burnt up a lot of belts last year. I don't know what's going on. I think my clutches aren't right or something. Well, I'll tell you what it is. Most of the time, it's your nun, it's bent. And you know, you've taken an impact in here somewhere in your ski, maybe in your arm, and you've tweaked your nun. The nun is kind of like the brace that holds everything in your front end, your A-arms and your kind of your motor area and just about everything. So if you've taken an impact, usually what happens, a good way to tell is when you're looking at your shock through your front A-arm here, you see how that's kind of equidistant. That's a fancy word I'm using. It's maybe not perfect, but the distance, you know, you can measure it with your finger here on one side or the other. This is okay. This isn't too bad. And this sled has taken a lot of abuse. Now let's look at the other side. Oh, geez, you know what? That one's good too. Darn right. You want to know why? You know, it wasn't always like that. It was bent at one time, and we've gone in and fixed it. And what we've done is, I've straightened out the issues or the areas that we did have an issue, and I put in the brace kits. So we have these brace kits available. Easy peasy, you can get them right on our website. They're $100. $100 for a brace kit, $100 Canadian. Pretty cheap. Pretty actually easy to install as well, but this is probably the worst side that you can have an impact on your sled, and I'll show you why. If you take a hit on the front and that A-arm and that shock don't look right, it just moves this clutch towards this one a little bit, and it upsets the angle of this clutch. So your belt overheats and it's riding a little high, you're starting off in second gear, and you're melting down your belts. That's usually what happens. You can measure your clutch center to center here. I think with the Rev it's either 10.5 or 11.5 inches. I forget. Anyway, you can easily measure that and compare it to online. I'm sure somebody has the values on that. But this one little brace kit goes in behind here, and this one's for the other side. It's not to make the front of your sled entirely like a tank, because you got to remember that something's always going to give. If you build the nun and the whole front area, if you really reinforce that, that just means that you're going to bend the bulkhead back here. So you kind of want something that's a little bit sacrificial. That being said, once these have been installed, I've never really seen a nun bent after that. Usually the front arms will go. You know, we can get you arms if you need that as well, or if you need those. Of course, we have the lightweight alternative impact arms that usually they're really good and sacrificial. They'll go and you won't wreck your sled. But we're gonna have these at the Toronto Snowmobile ATV and Power Sports Show on sale there. We've got a whole bunch of them in stock, so you can come pick those up, show deals, or you can order them right from us online, social media. Hit us up. We have these perfect fit, ready to go. Thanks for watching, guys.
Do you know how I know the Rev is straight?
How do you know the Rev is straight?
We have not blown a belt on the sled in 3 years.
That's right, it's the original belt.
We have
3 years or more.
Maybe more.
I think it's 3. I think we haven't blown a belt. It's the original belt on this sled. I think I may have changed one out if we were racing it or something.
Yeah.
Just for that day or whatever. But it's the original belt on since we put the 827 in it.
And we don't go easy on it.
No.
I've had this thing up to 8,900 RPM ripping all day.
Yeah, it runs 89 hours.
And yeah, this thing
you
does.
blew the clutch on it last year.
Yeah, the clutch blew up and the belt was still fine.
Yeah. So that's how we know. And it's been abused. It's always I've got videos of you tagging stuff with this sled all the time, right?
Just a bit.
Yeah. So there you go. That's a pretty good indicator, especially when you're going to buy one of these sleds. I always check out the nun by feeling the distance between those two shocks. I thought one was worse than the other. I thought you tagged it last year, but actually that's pretty good. Good job, Simon. Good job, bud.
I may have tagged something else and straightened it.
Yeah. just hammer it in reverse coming out of the trailer. But these really are a life. They are a rev saver, we should call it, right? All right, let's pack these up for the show, bud.